Welcome. Here we go with a third base player profile, and just to let you guys know, I'm very sorry I didn't do videos the past. Did I do 2 days? But I will. I'm doing 4 today, so I will have everything done, and then I can get to the fun stuff and showing you guys how to beat your opponents. And first, we have to do this though. We have to know all the stats of people and the projections and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing right now with the whole player profiles. I've done something different for these videos. I used to do just the stats were colored in red and for their deficiencies. But what I've done is I've tiered them now. So each change of color is a new tier. So here we go with third base, and in third base, the top 7 look very nice. It's pretty deep, but at the same time, as you can tell, the top 3 guys are above and beyond just so much better. And if you get the first guy, Miguel Cabrera, even though he came off injury riddled season, he still puts you at such a huge advantage because you can use him at first and third. Not only that, but the next guy, Adrian Beltre, is getting older, but he does age very well. So he is still hitting, and he's still in a very good hitter's park. So I would still take him. Still, he's not a bad pick, especially for third base. The next guy is an up-and-comer. He's Anthony Rendon, and the reason he's so good, if you look at the stats and whatnot, is because... Sorry about that. Is because not only does he have power, but he has speed, which is something that not many third basemen have. So if you don't want to just pick up a player like A.D. Gordon and settle for speed, you can pick up an Anthony Rendon, and then you pretty much get more stolen bases from that position. So where a Miguel Cabrera at third is going to get you 2, and Anthony Rendon will get you 10 plus. So that's why he's good. But anyways, let's talk about the player profile. So let's start off with Cabrera. Cabrera got hurt last year, at the end of last year. He's been, the last 2 years, even though he had a great almost second year in a row triple crown, he did get hurt that year as well. And in head-to-head, it did hurt people. He is still Miggy, though. So you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And even if he doesn't come back day one, he then becomes a value pick. So the next guy is Adrian Beltre. And like I said, he ages great, and he is still a good pick. So I would go with him, especially if you're trying to get a real good third baseman. The next guy is Anthony Rendon. Like I said, he was an up-and-comer. He is also eligible for second base, which makes him just a tad bit better as well. He'd probably be ranked second if Beltre doesn't have his historic career. He'd probably be the next guy to hit 3,000. So, I mean, if Beltre hasn't been as consistent, I would have ranked Rendon, but Beltre is a stud, so he goes second and Rendon goes third. Next guy is Josh Donaldson. He got traded from the A's, which is a dead zone for hitters, to Toronto, which is a launching pad. So he's also in a great lineup with Joey Bats and Edwin Encarnacion, and he'll probably be batting behind them. So he's still in his prime years, and you should take him as if he's going to put up prime numbers. Even though his average draft pick doesn't really reflect that, you should take him as if he's going to break out this year. The next guy is Todd Frazier. He had a huge year, and Steamer is projecting him to kind of regress a bit, but you still can't scoff at 20 home runs if that's what their projection is. And it's a very, very pessimistic projection, especially from a guy who hit almost 30 last year with like a 280 average. So you can't scoff at 20 home runs from third base. The next guy is Nolan Arenado. Arenado is known for his glove, but he has come alive with his bat. And he also plays at Coors, which is another good hitting park. So you should take him definitely. He got hurt last year, but he is still very young, and he can hit. He probably profiles more as a 290, almost 300 hitter, but Steamer has him a little bit lower than that, which is fine. But just know he is a good hitter. Kyle Seager is a guy that's always steady. He doesn't wow you, but at the end of the year, his numbers are very nice. And that's our second tier. Our third tier starts with these guys who've been in the league. It's Longoria. He is still technically in his prime, but he has been trending down. And he also plays in Tampa Bay, and his lineup doesn't look very good after they traded away a couple people. But he still can hit 20 bombs easily, so and a rebound could happen. The next guy is David Wright. David Wright's in the, I don't want to say twilight of his career, but he hasn't hit 20 home runs since 2012, and he's trending down. He can have a rebound, but he hasn't looked very well the past couple years. Pablo Sandoval got traded. He didn't get traded. He got signed by the Red Sox this year, and his Steamer projection is a little optimistic, actually. He is supposed to hit 18 bombs and hit 291 for that Red Sox team, and it is a better park to hit in for sure after leaving San Francisco. So he rounds off our top 10. The next guy are just hit or miss. So we got Matt Carpenter. So Carpenter is 2 years removed from a top 20 season when he hit over 3. I think it was over 300. It was some ridiculous 330 or something. And 100 runs. He's still good for the runs, but he is relatively old. He's 29, and he is looking for a rebound. The next guy is Chris Davis. Chris Davis is actually eligible at third base, which is huge, especially for a guy who could hit 30 home runs. I say could because last year's year was atrocious, and even if you hit 30 home runs, if you do it with an under 200 average, no one's going to want you on their team. He's still good, and he just got prescribed. The league accepted his prescription on Adderall, which is what he got suspended for last year. So now he can take them without the league suspending him. So that's huge. The next guy is Chris Bryant. I've done the sleeper video about him. He's supposed to be huge. What can I say? He's projected to hit 21 home runs already, and he's not even supposed to start the year there, so he's just a guy to keep your eye on. The last guy is a guy that I think a lot of people have forgotten, Manny Machado, and he hit 12 home runs in just over 200 at-bats last year, which is pretty nice. The breakout is going to happen for this guy, too. He's very talented, although he's a 30 player, and some people might not like that. He is going very late, and he'll probably start climbing up the rankings soon. But that is our third base player profiles. There will be 3 more videos. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks for my 2 subscribers. I mean, 2 is more than what I had in mind, so that's great. More videos to come. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.